Alright everybody, before we get started in this video, if y'all would do me a favor, my 16-year-old daughter she started to put her first YouTube video out. I'm going to put a link up in the card right here. You can click it and go right to it. If y'all don't mind, subscribe and just give her a thumbs up on her first video. She's trying to get her confidence up and I'm very proud of her. And also I will leave the link down in the description, so go check it out. Appreciate it. Alright everybody, we got another load, but wanted to go over some of the stuff on the truck and the game. Man, today is Sunday, the day after the football game last night. The football game was, man, that was good, wasn't it? Tennessee just, it was a good game back and forth. They won it. It's been a long time coming. We needed that win for a long time, so we took out Florida and Alabama. So I'm really happy about that. For all the Tennessee fans out there, go Vols. And for the ones that don't like college football or don't care nothing about football, that was a good game. Even if you didn't like football, that would have been the game to watch. They was calling that the game of the year. Now, you know, we had the Dover, Florida on the last one. So I got on the board yesterday and then Saturday, and they actually have loaded some more. So I picked another Dover, Florida, which is good because I was wanting to give a truck another round of a short one of a Florida, then come back and service it. But also I was wanting to make sure that I actually, because driving around town, whenever I got the Fox Shock steering stabilizer put on, it was doing great, and the steering on it feels better, but I'm still getting a vibration. I don't know what from. Now I just also put new tires on, so, and they are more luggier, so, but it's not that, I don't think. So I think what we're gonna do is go up here. We're picking up at Elkhart East Yard. They didn't give me no paperwork because I still haven't done what they wanted me to do yet. So I'm gonna go up there, be up there in the morning and get my paperwork from the office and give me their little piece of paper. Probably go over and pee in a cup and then be able to go get the load, and then we'll head down to Florida. We're going to Dover, Camping World again. And so hoping for a good trip. Test out on the truck. Like I said, I still got some vibration, not as bad, it's not as aggressive as it was, so that part on the truck was fixed. And the steering on that, how the steering feels, really impressed as far as how that works. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about ordering one for the red truck, because on the red truck, I don't know if it's because I got the, you know, those certain rims on it or what, but steering got a little weavy, so I think I'm gonna order another one of them and put on the red truck for the wife's driving around. But I drove the red truck the other day. It was good driving it again. But that was an exciting football game. Go ahead and just throw that out there one more time. It was good. Both teams played well. Both teams played with heart. A few mistakes on both sides. But for everybody out there, Tennessee fans, go Vols. One more time. Sorry, y'all. It's been 15 years since we beat Alabama. You know, I'm not rubbing it in. I'm just celebrating with the Vols fans out there. But anyway, like I said, a little bit of vibration. So I'm thinking, and I think it's hard to tell because these roads nowadays, all these roads are crappy. I'm thinking it's pulling to the right a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go kick this Florida off. I'm gonna come back and we'll service the truck and try to schedule up somewhere to go to get the front end lined up, or get the truck lined up, and see what else is going on. And then I find out something else that was actually going on, then I'll let y'all know. But I've asked around, and by taking that shock off, you're not supposed to have it lined up, but it may have bent something else I don't know. Hard to tell, but I guess I'll let machine get it put on the machine and let it find out. But I'm thinking it's a 33-foot bighorn is what we got this time, paying $1.73. Now, fuel is still going up. I've looked at all the places I get fuel at, and man, their fuel is rather, I don't know if it's going up on the actual sign, or are we just losing more of our discount. But the last Dover that I run, fuel was a little over $1 less in all those places I'm gonna be stopping to get fuel. So that is a big difference coming out of your pocket right now. Load board has got loads on it, a bunch of little ones right now, and they actually have been loading some on the weekends. So if you're looking for a load, keep looking Saturday and Sunday, because here lately I have been seeing them put loads on the load board Saturday and Sunday, which is a good thing. And on something they usually don't do, if you get dispatched on a load on the weekend, usually you don't get, your advance, or you don't get paperwork. Now, I can't tell you about the paperwork, because they're not going to give me no paperwork anywhere in it until I go take this surprise drug test. Shh, don't tell them I already know. So we're going to go up there and get that done. And then, but they did give me half my advance, so it gives me for fuel money to go up there and get this load. That's why I'm going to go ahead and just leave out today. Today's Sunday, get this done, because I didn't think I was going to be able to leave out to Monday. And that way I could have got the discount for the fuel on the card. If I go out here and pay cash, I'm going to be paying a lot more out of pocket. So that's why it's important to use that Com Data card, Fleet One, whatever you got, because of the discount. All that does add up. I'm very disappointed about the vibration right now, and when I was driving it around town, when I made the other video and said everything's fixed, drove good, it does drive good. It does drive the steering wheel. I can feel the steering wheel is a whole lot better, but I didn't get it up out here and strolling, and then I can feel the vibration. But like I said, it's nowhere near as aggressive that it was, and y'all probably see it in this camera. Camera's probably shaking. But we are going to go up there and get this load. We are going to kick it off, and then we are going to figure out what going on with the truck. If it's alignment or whatever it is, we're going to figure it out. But anyway, man, it would be nice if we could load money on our Com Data. You know how whenever you get paid, like when we get paid, they put it on our Com Data card and we transfer it to the bank. And it'd be nice if we could transfer them from the bank to the Com Data. That way I could have done that last night and boom, left out and not had to worry about if they didn't give me the advance. But they usually do not do that, y'all. So I don't know why it happened. Maybe because it's a Florida load and they're trying to get all the Florida loads down there for everybody, that lost their homes and everything. I do not know, but I'm glad they did it. And if y'all have picked a load on Saturday and you do work with Indiana Transport, let me know down in the comments. Do they go ahead and now, since the hurricane and everything, do they go ahead and give you your paperwork? Like I said, I can't get mine anyways. I had to go to the office regardless.
After half a mile, turn right.
So,
Interstate Highway 65 north.
If y'all know that, put it down in the comments. Let me know. But let's go see what we can get into. All right, got my paperwork now, and we are going to Elkhart East Yard to pick up our load, and we just got through with a random drug test. So I've been here a year and a half, I guess, something like that. First random I've had to take. I've seen other people have had to take more, and they said I'm probably good for a couple months. And I asked whenever I was in there, I said, how many people we got left? And they said, oh, about 2,500. So about 2,500, and we've had about 600 quit so far. I guess that's an average of what they told me in compliance. So that's good to know. Just information out there for y'all. And also, they also said for anybody out there that is interested in driveaways, they're supposed to start hiring for driveaways. So I don't know what the driveway board looks like. I don't know how many loads on it or what it pays or nothing about it. But if you got questions about it, then put it down in the comments. And for anybody out there that sees this video that does drive away, if you don't mind, if you see a comment down below this video, if you go help them out, because I don't know nothing, so I appreciate it, and I'm pretty sure they would appreciate it. To give them a little information and stuff like that on it. I still need I think it'd be a good idea to meet somebody that does a driveway, try to do an interview, get some inside tips and tricks and all that good stuff for y'all. And I've had a person in mind that does some of the driveways. Her husband does does tow, and if I ever meet them one day, then hopefully I can talk in maybe them to do a interview and maybe help some of y'all out there. They give me a list, and they said this is close to where you're going to load at. This one is the fastest, so I went to the fastest. It wasn't that fast today. I've been in there for probably about an hour. But normally, I guess it is fast. It's just Mondays and Fridays, they said that they're the busiest. I guess that's where all the workers and everything. There was a bunch of people in there in line for drug tests, and everybody about to pee all over herself. Because everybody was drinking all the waters and everything before going in there. But a piece of cake, as far as that, they give you a piece of paper, go in there, hand it to them. You fill out some little check boxes and stuff. Whenever on a little piece of computer, they hand you out the window, and then you just go in there and do it. You don't have to, they give you a piece of paper, but you don't have to take it back. They give my paperwork. They said I'm good to go, because I guess they're going to fax all the information and everything to them. But now we're going to head over here to Elkhart East Yard and pick up our Dover load and get out of here. All right, everybody. Well, we over at the East Yard. We just checked in the guard check. I'm going to try to swing around a little bit, give you a little look of the loads that are here. Now, this is not our main yard, but I do see quite a few campers here. And which is, from the last time I was here, it's a whole lot more now than it was the last time I was here. And yes, that way back over in there is our lot too. Let's see if I can see all those campers way over in there. That is our lot too. And then we got the ones over here. Now, we're picking up a Bighorn, and I think, yeah, we are going to the camping world. The Bighorn, I like calling them the Bighorns. We're on row 8, 6. So I'm gonna guess where all these Bighorns is right there in front of you. It's gonna be one of ours. Because it is a well-built trailer. As far as owning one, I'd like to own one, because they're just well-built. I've hauled a couple of them. There's a bunch of Bighorns here, but they are solid and they are heavy. So it's cold. It's 38 degrees, so it's starting to get colder, y'all. So don't forget your jackets. If you're live in Florida or somewhere where it's warm, it's getting colder up here. So your jackets, your hoodies, your heated jackets, whatever you need to keep warm, your sleeping bag in your truck for emergencies and stuff like that. So but we're gonna look around here, and I'm gonna throw a hot pocket in the cooker to start cooking, so that way when it gets done and we get ready to pull out, we can wrap it up in a paper towel and have lunch as we're getting out of here. So let me find which one we're gonna get. Alrighty, got my hot pocket in there. That's one of them double stuffed pepperoni ones. So we're gonna be closing our lid up as we're getting ready. We got it out of the freezer, and I'm gonna plug it up and let it be cooking while I'm getting ready. And for supper tonight, I pulled out, this right here is roast and gravy. So what I usually do is take it out of the freezer and I'll stick it in the refrigerator, so that way it'll be having time to thaw out pretty good before I get ready to put it on for supper. So that way I got a good supper. Dang, y'all, look at this envelope. That thing has to be folded up 2 or 3 times. I wanted to show y'all this. Usually our panels are on this side and our batteries on the Bighorn is right here. I gotta still put mine in there. But this time on this side is the control panel, and that's a little bit different. Make sure those bags and cords, you know, if they're supposed to be there, they're there. Don't mess with them. But it's only the, I guess the new one, they put it on the different side. So if you go to the other side as usual and you don't find it, then just go to the other side. But here's what she's looking like so far. All the tires and everything so far on it looks pretty good, but I haven't went over all of it yet. 33 foot. All right, y'all. I got it hooked up finally. Get you in for you. I gotta lock everything in. I just now got it done, but I'm gonna show you what I had to do. Now, it's getting colder, and make sure you check your batteries on everything. You see, I got the Noco jump box hooked up to it because it has its own batteries and screws all the way around this thing. So it took me forever to get to it, and it wasn't done no good because there's batteries underneath it. Because I did take one screw out, which I'll put back, so make sure there is batteries. So now I'm gonna leave the jump box hooked up and go ahead and lock in my 5th wheel hitch. And it's raining a little bit. It's kind of cold. So now I'm gonna go ahead and leave the jump box hooked up and go and lower it down, so that way I can get the legs and everything up. But winter time is coming, y'all. Get you, like, I tried to use my flashlight the other day and my battery was dead because I ain't charged it up in so long. So you need to make sure. Great. Now you got to keep stopping and looking at the other leg to come up. I don't like how they done this one. That one up yet? Yeah, that one's up. So now I'll go ahead and just cut this off, and then I can test everything else out, lock everything else up. But cold weather is coming, y'all. If you got an Elko jump box or any kind of jump box at all, make sure it stays charged up. When I get this one out, I'm putting it right back on charge, because it would have been a pain in the butt not to have it today. It's kind of windy, it's missing rain, it's cold, as you can see it falling on my jacket. I love the Milwaukee jacket. If you don't have one, if you ain't never thought about getting one, you ought to look at them. Because to me, this is cold, but it ain't got cold yet. So let me get this all buttoned up and we'll be all right, y'all, we got everything hooked up. Just gotta put my shade back because I only take it halfway out whenever I back up to the 5th wheel. Don't have one on fancy cameras. I wish I'd have done that. But just put the Noco on charge, get it back charged again. And this load right here, 33 foot Bighorn, 12,656 pounds is the shipping weight. GVWR is 16,000 even on the GVWR. And it's cold. I hate when my hands get cold. When my hands get cold, it's almost done. I hate getting my hands cold. That's about the worst thing for me. But we got it all done, and so we would have been here a lot longer. Had to take them wires off the top and figure all that stuff, and then we'd had to do something because the battery wasn't going to fit right there. So I'm glad I had the jump box. So now, time I get down there, my truck should charge their batteries up good enough to where I could be able to get unhooked without having to use the jump box when I get down there. But now I've had that happen before to where the charging system was messed up on the trailer, did not charge, and I've had to use the jump box on both ends. I've had to do that, I know, at least once. So I love the jump box. If you don't have one, check out the Noco. If you don't want a Noco, then find one big enough, strong enough that you can just put it on the trailer, hit the button, and you know, make yourself a whole lot easier. Especially if it was pouring down rain, if it was -5 or 20 degrees or 10, whatever, and it's snowing out here and it's cold and everything's froze up, just make it easier on yourself. And, you know, bring some warm clothes. It's that time of the year. Bring warm clothes. Check out the heated jacket. I'm thinking about checking out the heated gloves. The only thing I'm worried about there is they're too bulky. I've seen them online, the Milwaukee heated gloves. If anybody out there has the Milwaukee heated gloves, let me know down in the comments, because I've been looking at them for last year and this year. But I think they're going to be too bulky and you can't do nothing. But if they have some that's not so bulky, that actually heat up a little bit for your hands, if y'all don't mind, let me know how you like them and if they do good and all that good stuff. But got the hot pocket. Nice warm hot pocket on a day like this. Let's go get her done. All right, y'all. Supper looks good, looks done, and I believe it's gonna be really, really good. All right, got this at Walmart, like $7 and something, and you're not gonna go into a truck stop and eat like this for $7. It's about the right portion. I'm not gonna overeat, and it's very, very good. Save your money. Everybody, we are here at Camper World in Dover once again. We just now got unhooked. Of course, I gotta show the American flag, y'all. Come to the gate. We got a lot of people here, so I've already got unhooked, waiting on them. And it's kind of nippy here. It is 51 degrees. So for Florida, that's pretty nippy. Now, some things I wanted to show y'all. You know, earlier in the video, I was bragging about the bighorns. All right. See that right there hanging down? Well, that's some kind of like cardboard crap they got running all the way down through here, holding the lines and crap up. So that kept coming out, and it's out now. So hoping they don't say anything about that. Of course, it ain't driver damage. It's a bunch of crap's what it is. And right here, I've had to stop the whole trip, and they got the same thing on the back, and I'd have to stop and push it back up in there like that, so that way that the wires and everything don't hang and blow out and drag on the ground and all that stuff. So it's kind of crazy, but I'm gonna be honest with you. You see like swirl marks and stuff, I mean, they wipe off. It ain't scratches and stuff like that. Just be careful though. It's all looks like the same of how they made them a year or two ago, but I'm gonna be honest with you, the way they're making these 2023s, y'all, I know I said if I like to have one, I like to buy one of these bighorns right here, but I don't think so. They're putting them together kind of crappy. All right, back in the truck. I'm waiting on them, like I said, to come and check me in. Not a bad trip. When I first started out, I hit the wind, so I used more fuel. I was getting 9 something. And then I made it to Glendale, Kentucky, went to bed, and then got up. The wind was gone off of me, so then I picked back up to where I was doing between 11 and 12, which was better, but I wish I'd have done on my last Dover, on the last trip I'd done on the RV transport was a Dover, Florida. I wish I'd done a few of them because I cleaned off of that trip $1,400. I have a lighter camper on, a shorter camper on, going at the exact same place, picking up at the exact same place. And I did not clear that off of this trip. Fuel has gotten way out of hand. There's nothing we can do about it except quit hauling the cheap crap. I mean, haul what we gotta haul. If it's too cheap, just leave it on the board and let them realize that's like, there was one on the board yesterday, a 40-foot bungalow going to Arizona. Arizona for us, I don't know about other companies, always pay cheap, like a Florida load. This Florida load paid $1.73. The one I took last time, I think paid $1.70. So you would think I'd make more money, right? No. But that 40-foot bungalow that they had on there going to Arizona last night paid $1.55. Now, if you think about that and how much fuel is right now, I mean, it's getting kind of hard to find fuel. I mean, not right at knocking on that $5 mark. It's getting crazy. And I noticed this morning when I was looking, because I got a buddy lives in Miami, Florida down here, and he's coming up. He just grabbed him in California last night. Yesterday I stopped in Cartersville, Georgia, because usually I would come down to Jackson, Georgia, and exit 201 and get fuel, and it's been cheap there. But it was actually higher, and I stopped in Cartersville, Georgia, which I stopped and got it. It was yesterday. It was $2.53. I mean, I wish it was $2.53. It was $4.53. I looked this morning to send him the location of where to stop and get fuel at, and it was, I think it done hit to $4.88, something like that. And everything is just going up. But anyway, on this trip, it paid $2,022.37. They upfront me $1,011. Now, I ain't got my final settlement, so I would like to see. I'd like to tell y'all, now don't forget, if you haven't got your bond yet, they're going to take out a percentage of your bond. I don't know if it's 10% or whatever it is, or how they do that until you get your $1,500 bond. So remember that, and then for the ones that don't have their bonds, until the bond is paid, then you got to do that. And then there's a pull-in fee that we all have to pay. I think it's $47. I know it went up, but they may have one up again. I don't know. If they did, then I will put it in my next video. But I'm gonna look, because usually I don't look. But I'm gonna look when I get the settlement this time. And all that, I used $853.15. So, do I have enough fuel to get back? Yes. But I'm going to stop and put more fuel in it because, well, it just depends. And right now, I almost got a full tank left. That's all I got. Ziller tank's empty, and I got just a little bit over 3/4. I'm going to have more fuel, so I'm probably going to stop and put about $50 more in it to get me home, and hoping on the next load I pick, because I gotta go get this truck looked at again. Still got the vibration in it. I hope the fuel comes down before I pick another load, because the fuel, they're taking advantage right now of not having enough loads versus all the drivers that we have. The California's paying $1.86 is crazy, because my buddy just delivered up there in Washington. the fuel was steadily going up every day. Time he got up there, and he wound up paying. He couldn't get over. Time he got up so far, he couldn't get over $5 a gallon. It was like 5.09, stuff like that. So, or under $5. It's getting, you know, a little ridiculous. They started to where they're taking all your free money away. You pretty much get your house money and barely enough money to service your truck. And if you, Lord help, you got to pay for some tires right now, because I paid $18 for these tires. Back when I was driving a truck, I could put all new tires on my truck for, you know, at least the back 4 anyway, or the back 8, for about that. I mean, tires have gotten expensive. Of course, everything has though. But anyway, it's enough rambling on this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And if y'all don't mind, y'all go hit the thumbs up. That way we help get these videos pushed out and help the channel grow. Y'all be careful. Y'all be safe out there, and see you on the next one.